Arthur, just give us your assessment of the week here at the World Championships.
A great week here in Hong Kong. You know, the things that we could control was our level of our performances, our commitment. Things that we couldn't were like seedings and draws, but we sort of made the most of it. We had great experiences playing against some of the best teams in the world, and our players getting to play against some of the best players in the world. Experiences in weeks like this is invaluable, and being able to back up performances and build from like the first couple of days, and to get like 6-7 matches at an event like this is huge. Quite often in PSA, sometimes you play 1 or 2 or 3 and then you're gone, right?
A lot of the players got an opportunity to play against top ranked players, so like how valuable is that?
I think what you sort of realise is that they do things just much faster, and that if you get conditioned or acclimated to that tempo, that you can be really competitive. I think what we sort of saw, and some of our players will also say that as well, that you know they felt they were kind of in there for a certain period of time, but just to play at that speed and that tempo, it can be quite taxing if you're not conditioned to it. And it's not that you're not conditioned; it's just actually operating on the squash court at a certain speed, physically, but then also mentally, and then that also like overlaps heavily into the tactical play that you'll do, and then you'll make different choices when you're used to playing at that speed. I think the first thing that we want to achieve within the Europeans is minimum standard. We want to hit like in the top 8 for both men's and women's, and there's the calibre there. I think for the Worlds we want something similar, but the key piece will actually be for our players to start playing some more PSA events, so they get exposed to playing, you know, in high pressure environments, and also get the rankings up. With our players' PSA rankings improving, so too will our seeding improve, and therefore our draws be a little bit more favourable, and maybe not, you know, we had both men's and women's team play against top 8 teams this weekend in the group stages, but with better seedings that doesn't happen.
And you've been in the role now a month. What's your feeling? How has it been for you? What are your aspirations over the next year?
It's been an amazing start. Firstly, like everyone's support and the messages that came in. I'm just really excited to work with such a committed group of players. Hannah Craig was over for a couple of weeks just before here, and just seeing her implement some of the improvements that we worked on. Sam Buckley the same, and Brian, and it was also like playing PSA. I think our CEO is doing a pretty good job, and Squash Ireland is doing a great job in terms of like they're seeking and looking at different ways in which we can, you know, different funding opportunities, so that the whole of squash in Ireland, you know, the community gets rebuilt again, and we get more junior players playing. We got some really great coaches in Ireland that are doing a tremendous job and have been doing a tremendous job for a long time with our junior players. I think in the short term we want to sort of give them the best sort of resources so that they can help our players become the best that they can be, and give them the strongest platform possible as they sort of, you know, age out of under 19s, and that they have a pathway then to senior level. To get to represent your country at senior level, there is no greater honour in any, whatever your sport is, there's nothing better.